Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. Thank you all for coming. Yeah. Thank you. Why are we here? Students, faculty, freedom fighters, patriots, pro-choicers, anti-mandate, anti-government overreach, freedom-loving Canadians. We are here today for a specific purpose. We are here because we have lost our voice. We no longer have a say. We no longer get to decide how we live our lives, what we put in our bodies, or what is best for us. We are gathered here because the government has taken away our right to voice our opinion and the ability to tell our side of the story. We are here to regain that voice. We are here because your life matters. You matter, your voice matters, and your future matters. We as students are the future, and we are here to tell them that we are free and we want to keep our country free. We are not anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers, or anti-science. We are pro-choice, pro-informed consent, pro-freedom, and pro-human rights. We want our right to education, and we wholeheartedly disagree with a society that segregates people based on their medical decisions and preferences. A vaccine passport is a violation of our privacy, our human rights, our charter rights, our freedom to choose, and is fundamentally unconstitutional and un-Canadian. We deserve to go to school to pursue our dreams without being discriminated against by our own government and educational institutes. The government came for the restaurant owners, the gym owners, travelers, places of worship, pastors, small and medium-sized businesses, government workers, frontline workers, any political opposition and dissent, and now they're coming after the students, the children, the future. Anyone who will say no to their unconstitutional, draconian, communistic, socialistic, fascist, medical tyranny. Anyone strong enough and courageous enough to not be bullied into submission. We all know the saying, give an inch and they take a mile. We gave up that inch over a year ago when we first complied. It's just 2 weeks. It's just to flatten the curve. It's just a mask. It's just 6 feet. It's just non-essential businesses. It's just places of worship. It's just till the vaccine rollout. It's just a vaccine passport. It's just for travel. It's just until cases go down. It's just to keep you safe. It's never only just with tyrants. Now we can either let them take the rest of that mile and put us under the boot of tyranny, or we can climb out, fight, and stop this tyranny. But it starts with you, with what you're willing to sacrifice for the sake of freedom. You know what the past generation was willing to give? Their lives, their blood, so that we, the future, may experience that precious and yet fragile freedom. So what are you willing to do, to give up for the sake of liberty? Are you willing to pay the price, get arrested, get your business shut down, lose your job, get arrested, receive a fine, risk your education? What are you willing to lose so that freedom may remain? Freedom must be demanded. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Martin Luther King Jr. The Canadian government has decided that anyone who will not bend the knee will be met with cruelty and injustice, intolerance and oppression. And where we once had the freedom to object, to think and speak as we saw fit, we now have censors, thought police, and systems of surveillance and policing, coercing our conformity and soliciting our submission. We let this happen. We now have the choice to fight back, demand our rights back, or submit to tyranny and let them steal our right to education. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Albert Einstein. Not only did the government lie to us, but the universities lied to us. They explicitly told us that vaccinations would not be mandatory and that we would have the freedom to choose. Now, a few months later, they are telling us that if we don't comply, we will be disenrolled and kicked out of our programs, our degrees that we worked so hard for. This is unjust and inhumane. Why can't the university just let us continue with the rapid test program? If this is about science, why can't we find common ground and reach a reasonable solution that doesn't involve discriminating against your own students? We want to work with the universities and find a solution that we can all agree on so that we may continue our education. But they're showing us that they do not wish to work with us. They want to bully us into submission. Do as you're told or else. This is the most important and crucial period of our lives. We get to decide if we as university students will allow the government, society, and the educational institutions to discriminate against us and treat us like some substrata class of society. We are all equal and deserve to be treated as so. In the preamble to Canada's Constitution, it states, "Whereas Canada is founded upon the principles that recognize the supremacy of God and the rule of law. The rule of law includes equal treatment under the law and protection from discriminatory treatment, which is enshrined in our Constitution, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms." The Alberta motto is strong and free, and our national anthem states us as the true north, strong and free. But how can we be free if we no longer have a say in the most basic aspects of our lives, like our health and our bodies? These arbitrary, overreaching, grossly disproportionate mandates infringe our constitutionally protected charter rights and freedoms. We claim that these draconian rules and mandates are not demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society and do not adhere to the principles of fundamental justice. Therefore, they are not a reasonable infringement of our charter rights. We are here because we believe we deserve to have our say, and we deserve to keep our freedom. We are here to exercise our Charter Section 2B, freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression, as well as Section 2C, freedom of peaceful assembly, while we still can. We are here today to give you a platform so that you may be heard, to feel like you're not alone, to give you a voice and the ability to share your opinions, to show your government, your educational institutes, and the public that what is being forced on you is fundamentally wrong and immoral. This event was not set up by any one person, but rather is a joint student endeavor organized by the students of post-secondary institutions in Calgary. Today is about you. We will have speeches, and we will go for a walk around the campus. We have some great speakers today. John Carpe, the president of the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. Arthur Pavlovsky, the pastor who stood up to the government and was punished with arrest, the courts, and fines. Dr. Joanne Liu, a traditional natural medicine doctor. And several patriotic students who each have a story and a reason for not being able to or not wanting to take the vaccine and accept the vaccine passport that segregates and discriminates against free Canadians. Our first speaker is a student here. His name is Darren, so please give him a warm welcome.